Former President Carter's legacy in civil rights will continue to live on. Here's 11 Alive Cheryl Preheim with a look at Carter's work during his time in the Georgia State House and the White House.
President Carter gave his inaugural address. He surprised people.
I say to you quite frankly that the time for racial discrimination is over.
He made it a goal of his to move past the old history.
Andrew Young had become one of the Carter's high-profile backers. He organized a meeting with Carter and a reluctant black caucus.
They asked him how many black people he had on the staff, and he said, I don't know. Every other candidate we'd met with had one black staff member, and Carter didn't know how many black people he had. So I went to the door, and Senator Ben Brown was there, and I said, Ben, will you come in and help the governor? How many black staffers do you have in this campaign? He said, right now we just have 27. They couldn't figure it, that he didn't think race. He didn't act race.
As the 39th president of the United States, President Carter also had an integrated cabinet. Andrew Young became the first black ambassador to the United Nations.
He had more experience with black people at more levels than most black people.
That I will faithfully execute.
Ambassador Andrew Young says one of Jimmy Carter's lasting legacies was his impact on race relations.
One of the true civil rights presidents we've had. And I don't know that anybody was more knowledgeable about race, but who also realized that race, peace, economic justice were all intertwined.
President Jimmy Carter's funeral services are expected to be held on January 9th. We are still waiting to learn additional details. We do know his casket will travel to Atlanta from planes. He will lie in repose at the Carter Center. He will then be taken to Washington, D.C. to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. After his state funeral, he will be taken back to Plains, where he will be buried alongside his wife, Rosa Lynn, following a private service.